What is up, everybody? Eagle here, and yes, you read the title correctly. This is me building my 2026 in the bag, as well as packing my backups, which not a lot of people generally tell you about, but those are just as important as what you're building the bag with. And this is going to be a free-flowing, one-take Jake situation. That's why it's here on Eagle Unlimited. I'm clean shaven and I am getting ready for tour, which starts very, very soon. I leave in like 2 or 3 days, and I need to pack all my discs and get my disc golf bag in check. So without further ado, let's start building the bag. I'm going to do it just like this, one take Jake style. And what we got going this year is I'm going to be using these two bags. This is a Voyager Slim, Voyager Pro Slim. Forgive me, MVP. I am not 100% savvy on exactly what the bag's called, but I know this is the Voyager Pro Large. The goal is right now is to use this one as a disc storage device to hold all my backups, and I want to use this one as my tournament bag, ideally. It's smaller, and I want to streamline the process, pun intended. And yeah, it's literally a streamlined bag. And yeah, I want to be a little bit lighter load, but the important fact here is that I'm gonna be using the MVP Rover cart, and I have this prototype attachment. I think they might be available, don't quote me on that. It's like a putter pouch that actually holds like, you could probably fit 8 discs, maybe even 9 in it. So with this on the Rover cart, with the add-on, I can carry a lot of discs, no problem. So I'm gonna try to use a smaller bag this year, but we'll see how that goes. Without further ado, let's build the bag. So I don't know what the best way to do it is, but I think there needs to be like a hybrid system of how I'm going to, this is gonna work. All right, so first off, I'm gonna get down into a squat and do the putters. Right now, I'm still using the Electron Firm Nomad. These are going in. I'm gonna take a nice comfy seat here, and you know, we're gonna roll with this. This is a second channel video, so it does, yep, this is second channel right there. Yeah, you're gonna get a bunch of different organic, natural angles, because I don't want to edit. I just want to throw this up. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's a good angle right there. Yeah, so we have two of the Electron Firm Nomads. Those are making the bag, and then I'm gonna throw some stuff in this bag for extra. So I'm gonna need some practice putters / backups. So I'll probably throw 3 of the same putter in the backups. So they're going right there. Okay, let's change this up. Okay, yeah, that might be better. That might be a better angle. Yeah, bear with me. This is gonna be almost like a long podcast for the disc golf nerds out there, the gyronauts, MVPeeps, streamliners. So got the putters, that's good. Throwing putter, still digging the particle. This is a great approach putter, and this is what I was throwing a lot in Hawaii, and I'm just the most comfortable with it out of any like approach / throwing putter. That's the one that's making the bag right now. However, you know, I need a backup one. That's a pretty one, so this one's gonna be my backup just in case. You know, shout out to, I'm spacing on the name, but a Discord fan sent me these 2 amazing particles, one Neutron Soft and one Neutron. I just want to shout him out if he's watching. Backup, I have this Proton Envy. This one is like a unicorn Envy. I definitely need to have that as a backup because it's just a clutch disc whenever I am in need. Let's see, Entropy. I don't know, you know, I can be a little bit critical of the sponsor that I have. It's the Entropy just doesn't cut it for me. Like, it doesn't come out of the hand how I want it to. Honestly, like, with the tempo, it is definitely less stable than an entropy, but I get a cleaner release. So I'd rather have a cleaner release than a disc that I don't get necessarily a clean release with. I can actually manipulate a tempo a little bit more successfully than, say, an entropy. So I'm going to opt to not have the entropy in the bag this year, or at least for right now. This is my lovely wife's new Team Series disc. I believe they're available on MVP Pro Shop, or we're going to do our best to come out and vend at some of the upcoming Disc Golf Pro Tour stops. So we'll have some of these available. And yeah, this one is making the bag, and I need some backups. The other two ones that I'll bring, this is the Eclipse Particle Tempo exclusive Gyro Palooza release. That's a good backup. And then the one MVP Open Eclipse. These ones were definitely the most overstable tempos that I have thrown. Good to have that as a backup. So 3 tempos for right now. And you know, I'll be checking back in at home pretty frequently throughout the year. So I need to tell myself I don't need to have as much discs on the road as I want, because I want to save room, be a little bit more minimalist. So packing a ton of excess is something that I want to avoid. So let's see. Golden Goose Hex. I'm not a Hex guy anymore. I am definitely a reactor guy, and I'm just sticking with it. The reactor fits my game better. I still need to try the new Aaron Gossage Protons. They feel really good. I'm going to put this over to the side because I need to actually go do a little bit of field work to see. We also have some of the Proton reactors. I want to compare. I think they're virtually the same, so I'm going to test both of those before I put them in my stash. But these are my 2 main reactors that I've been using. This is an older Eclipse run, and both of them are older Eclipse. This is kind of the workhorse. This is kind of straight forehand, straight backhand. So I'm going to put these 2 in the backup category because I actually just got this new reactor, or it's an old reactor, special edition Neutron that was at my friend's house in Hawaii, new friends that we made. This was just sunbaking basically on his property, and I found it and I'm like, oh my gosh, that feels great. And as of now, I don't think I've thrown a bad shot with this one. So I'm gonna go on a whim and say that one's making the bag. This is another one. Shout out to the person who gave it to me. I'm blanking on the name, but it was at the MVP Open when we were at the Polar Park. See, I have to close my eyes to remember. Ang, super sick reactor die. Like this one I want to bag, but this one's in the rotation. This one is going to get bagged eventually, but for right now, I just gotta use what's super comfortable, and that's these 2. But this disc is super, super beautiful. And then, you know, shout out, I got an amazing Discord community. They've hooked me up with these older run reactors, and shout out Raven Newsom. I got these prototype Eclipse ones. So super sick. Let's see. Deflector. I actually sent a deflector to Huck Lab to get dyed up. But the ones that I'm going to be using right now, I have this older Neutron die of Guts Berserk. This one's been the go-to. Probably going to run with that as my main guy. And the good thing is about deflectors is most of them fly almost exactly the same. So I can probably afford just to bring one with me. And I'm going to trust that that's going to be enough because I haven't lost it so far. So I'm going to bring one deflector. Signal. Signal's a good trick shot disc that I like to have available. I have this 158 one that is definitely fun, but honestly it might be too flippy. I think I want to give the new white rim a try. This one is looking super clean. So I'm gonna actually put that in the backup. The Signal's not necessarily a disc I always need to have in the bag, but it's a good option. A disc that I really, really love is the Ascend. Tremendous roller disc, streamline, and very underrated. The numbers are 6.5, -3, 0.5, so definitely a flippy disc, but lower arm speeds. I think this is a disc that you should check out in all honesty. Great roller, and one of my favorite things to use the Ascend for is forehands in the woods, where I can throw them on like a knifed hyzer and they just gradually pop up and push. But yeah, the Ascend is going to make the bag. I have a few other ones. This is the one that's been like the workhorse in the bag, but I kind of want to put in a new pretty color because these are looking really good. These are the newer runs. So I'm going to go on whim and put a freshie in the bag. All right, next up, I can only get away with this angle for one more shelf, but Crave, this is a DFX one that I stamped in person, super nice. This one's gonna be a backup. I don't know if the Crave is going to be in the starting lineup this year, but rather Eclipse Drift. Tiny bit more overstable than the Crave, and I've been really liking the way these fly. So I'm gonna have two of them, one in the backups, one in the tournament bag. I kind of want to try this out. It's the new Proton Servo. I'm going to put this with the reactors here to go test out. I actually need to go to the field today before heading out, just so I can kind of get an idea on what is going on. Resistor. This is the first resistor that I ever put in my bag from MVP, and it's super beat-in Eclipse. Need to have this in the backups just in case, because it's a tried and true disc. So if the other discs that I have aren't working, the resistor is going to be my backup plan. All right, I'm gonna get up and change the angle to maybe this or that. All right, does that look good? That looks fine. Okay, where was I? We got Wraths, Teslas. I don't think I'm gonna throw those because I still have this unicorn motion that I've talked about. It flies basically like a Tesla or Wrath. Good on forehands. Need to have this in the backups just in case I pull upon it during a tournament. Ooh, maybe I try this. Is this gonna work? Oh yeah, oh no, I gotta adjust things. One Take Jake. That is the name of the game. There we go. A little crooked. One Take Jake. Okay, where was I? Where was I again? Okay, I keep getting lost in the process. I got some more backup motions. I don't think I need them, even though they look pretty nice. Eclipse Flare. This has been a rock star in the bag. Flare is very important. These are the two ones that I've been leaning on. I kind of want to bring both, but I also want to incorporate this Cosmic Neutron one that I just got. I think this one looks really good. I'm gonna try to incorporate this one in the bag. This is the vibe that I want upon me this year. So Cosmic Neutron Flare. Making the tournament bag. The other two flares are going to sit in the backups. All right, next row. Oh, very important. I got Neutron Boost Prototype V2. This one is making the bag. I've been purposefully beating it up. So if there's like concrete or a lot of trees, I'm trying to hit those because I want this to be my super straight boost, and it is seasoning in very well right now. So this one is going in the bag, and Ratana drew this one for me at USDC. This is the backup to that one. Got Squirtle, also known as Gurkenscheiss. That'll be in the backups. Let's see. This is, I probably should bring this. This is a V1 boost. The V1 boosts are really good as well. V2's better, but this one was probably my go-to disc for the early part of last season, and it did a lot of work, and it's really nicely beat up. My gut tells me I should bring this. It's a good backup, and you know, it flies a little bit different than the V2. It's a little bit wider rim, and it behaves a little bit differently in the air and psychologically. Neutron trail, this one is really nice. I definitely need to have a trail handy, but I think one trail might be enough, even though I got some nice trails. Let's see. Let's evaluate. Okay. I was throwing a Proton one in Hawaii, and I liked it, but I ended up giving it away. I think I'm a Neutron fan in general for the trail. And then I got these new white rim Neutron ones, and they're nice. They're very nice. Trails are easy to find on the road. So like if I need a trail in a pinch, I'll be able to find one. I am going to leave these back here, but I want to test these out today. I want to throw those in the field. Wave, probably too flippy. I don't need the waves. I don't need the wave right now. Trace. The Trace is a disc that is slept on. I have 3 very nice traces, and let's see, which one do I bring on the road with me? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. If you also let me know. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This one. This one is nice. Vertano was going to give this one away. I was like, you got to give that one away to me, because my goodness, it's beautiful. That is going in the backups. Photon, probably not going to throw the Photon. V3 time lapse. Not going to throw the time lapse. Sorry, Simon. Actually, I'm going to throw the time lapse, but it's a V1. This is a very special run of Proton that extremely overstable, equivalent to a Panic, Nitro, maybe even more. Energy, like a throwable energy. This one has a ton of use and one of the go-tos. Definitely in the bag. In the bag, and I have not very many of them. I have a total of 5, and I haven't lost one yet. So, I'm going to take one as a backup, because this one's actually pretty crucial. I need to have a disc like this at all times. It's always going to fight the wind, consistent, very good. I was throwing the beam a lot in Hawaii, and honestly, I don't think I'm not gonna throw it. I think it was fun, but I couldn't get a consistent release on it for whatever reason. So, no beam for me. Now we got Mayhems. The Mayhem did a lot of work last year and became a very useful disc, but I'm not gonna throw it. Not going to throw it. We're gonna go into the dungeon, as I call, in just a second, because I have more discs there that I have everything organized in a specific way. So this is a beat up Octane Neutron older run, pretty flippy. I need to have an option like this for 4 hands just in case. That's probably the only Octane that I take for a straighter shot. Yeah, that works. This is a prototype Neutron engine, and this one is, in particular, is more overstable than the new run of engine with my name on it. And I want to test that, because I might be able to find a use for it. Ooh, energy. This is a ridiculous disc, so unbelievably overstable. I'm gonna put this in a maybe category. I might need to take that on the road. This is another maybe. This is a blue Neutron, or Bluetron, if you will, Excite. More understable, one of the most understable 14.5 speeds. A little bit of a step up from, say, a Relativity, but for 4 hands, I feel like this thing could be This could be saucy. I'm gonna put that on the side as a maybe. This is another maybe. Really old run teleport. Or is it a teleport? No. It's a tantrum. This thing is almost the perfect shape for big distance. Olympus, not a lot of big shots. I wouldn't probably need this until, say, Jonesboro or Kansas City. So, I don't know, I might take it. That's another maybe. Another maybe. And then you have the orange, the red orange. I see it as red. Delirium. It's neutron, but it's got some proton and like a plasma rim. This thing is a bomber. This is the most tried and true of my super long distance drivers and definitely the most consistent. So this is definitely going to come with me. That's an important one. I have two more deliriums. I don't know. Dimensions. I am going to take this dimension. It's just an older run of neutron as something a little bit more overstable to say an engine. And then this is the Wind Dragon 2-run plasma dimension, Koro Sensei. And these particular ones had a little bit more dome, a little bit more glide. I'm gonna test that out today because it could be good. I have a few more of them. They're just unstamped. They got good dome. And the rest are just more dimensions. I need to dial that in. I've already like filling up on space real quick. All right, let's go into the dungeon. I need to turn on the light. However I do that, how do I do it? There we go. So this is the rack where I keep my signature discs. So to pick a few out to make it kind of time effective. Oh gosh, let's see. Is this gonna work? It's gonna work okay. Let's see. This is my most tried and true range cosmic neutron. Gotta have this as a backup, but I'm also going to try to throw my new plasma one that just recently came out. This isn't going how I want right now. Bear with me. Bear with me like the bear that's on the disc. So 2 ranges. I'm gonna collect a little pile of discs and then take it over there. To finish the video out, Nomads, let's see. Stabilizer, ohm. I kind of want to take an ohm with me, but I'm kind of dialed in on my throwing putter right now. I was loving the ohm for a lot of throwing, and I still like it for certain instances. It's a maybe. Old Envies, or they're not that old, but old to me. I don't think I'm gonna bring these. I'm a fan of the particle. Resistor, oh yeah, this one is a resistor that would definitely make the bag. I need 1 backup of the proton. These are all the boosts. This one has been doing a lot of work for me. That one's in the bag. Probably have 1 backup, but I actually have some assorted in. Actually, I can pause this. It can still be. All right, sorry to take Jake. I had to pause the video. Where was I? Yeah, boost, this guy, another one that I've been really beating in. I'll take one of these guys. I think between Gherkinscheiss and the white one, in terms of backups, that should be plenty. And I have a box of this to sell out on the roads, and there's some boosts in there, so I could probably pull from that if need be. All right, most importantly, the newest edition, let's talk a little bit about it. Engine. I foresee that this is going to be by far my most thrown 13 plus speed driver. It is coming in at 13.51. I'll put the numbers on the screen. I'm doing a lot more editing than I already wanted, but my memory is escaping me right now. But yeah, engine, really good. That one has been getting some use, as well as this one. This is the engine that I'm probably going to try to beat in and abuse a little bit to become my four-hander flippy guy. And then this one has a little bit more dome than your average engine. So I'm going to use that as my bomber. And then let's see, probably should just take one more for backup. It's one that's kind of in between. Ooh, yeah, that's the one. That's the one that might get thrown. And then the top shelf, there's some Wind Dragons and just more OG dimensions. I recently, let me take you into the dungeon. Let me turn on the light momentarily. I reorganized all my discs, and this is a rack full of just like older MVP stuff that probably will never get thrown, but is a little bit more on the collector side, like watermelon hexes, some out of production stuff. So it's just overflow. All right, let's get back to the daylight, or as much daylight as you want to call it, being in the basement. Got the ranges here, and then we're going to organize and then close out this whatever you want to call video. But yeah, I think the plan right now is to just show you guys this, get a little content out of the deal, and then for my actual in the bag, MVP might take that over and post it on their site, or I'll do it myself, but it'll just be a lot more concise. So I'll set that up right there, get the framing appropriate. Turn it a little bit because it's not level. There we go. So what we got from over there, we got the ranges. Range definitely makes the bag. Still need to try the stasis. The verdict is still out whether the stasis will replace the range. I've never thrown it, but it'll be hard because the range is just such a good disc. So it's gonna have to be pretty spectacular to take it out of the bag. 2 engines going in the bag. This is not the right one. Proton resistor. This is the first one I put in, getting more and more beat up, but still very dependable. I have this ohm that I'm on the fence about. These discs, I'm unsure. Another proton resistor as backup. Another boost. Oh yeah, this boost goes in the bag. Backup engine. Put that there. Organize it accordingly. And yes, let's see. Wow, not too bad. There's still a pretty good amount of space. For the sake of the video, I am going to put a dimension in the bag, and I'm also going to put this prototype Neutron engine, which in theory should be a little bit more overstable. I'm going to need more room. I'm going to probably have to pack a separate little box or bag to keep extra discs. Ratana is so good at keeping everything very minimal, and I'm not when it comes to discs. This is pretty good for me. Like, this is improvement, but it's still a lot of discs. That said, I forgot one thing. I should probably put either an Electron Watt or Electron Envy in the bag, because I like doing like jump putts or like little approaches with one of these types of discs. So let's try Electron Watt. I think that's a little more versatile than that Envy. So quick run through of my projected in the bag, very quick. We got range, we got tempo, we got particle, we got 2 electron firm nomads, Electron Watt. What's this disc called? It's called a reactor. Neutron reactor, neutron deflector, neutron ascend, proton resistor. I went out of order. Eclipse Drift, Cosmic Neutron Flare, Proton Boost, Neutron Boost, Proton Time Lapse, 3 neutron engines of different eras, and lastly, the Bomber Koro Sensei Plasma Dimension. That is essentially what I am packing with me to go on tour. It'll probably change a little bit, but I hope you guys liked me doing that. And yeah, stay tuned for the actual in the bag. Stay tuned for some more content. And thank you. Like and subscribe. Keep on dreaming. And peace, or peace and shaka. Later. Wrong side.